This is an AUKEY smart plug, and so's that. Coming in from our old pals at AUKEY are a pair, look at the size of that box, a pair of smart plugs, 2-pack. Somehow they've managed to fit them both into this relatively small box. Quite interested to see what's in here. But they're currently on sale on Amazon. They retail for £23 for the 2-pack. However, there's a code that can bring them down in price to £16.99. Links in the description, plus the code. There's various other promotional ideas as well on Amazon's website for other AUKEY products. Well worth taking a look. AUKEY is a brand that we've looked at before many times, and I'm a bit of a fan of. They make fairly cheap alternatives, and they seem to be quite reliable, to be honest. I can't think of too many of them that have died on me soon after they've arrived. These are cheap enough that I'm going to trust them. They are compatible. I'm just trying to work out if it says it anywhere in the box. I don't see it. I think it was actually on the sticker that I just threw away with the cellophane there. They're compatible with Amazon's Assistant and Google's Assistant. Oh, there we go. They're on the top there. Isn't that cute? Right, so you get this little warranty card as well that you can just about see as a key. And there's some information there in case you lose yours. You can go and use that to go and, I don't know, get one replaced if you need to. There's a little quick guide that I find is relatively simple for showing you how to set things up. I'm now taking a picture of these and then sticking them on Google Keep. I figured that was a pretty neat idea, just to hold all your user manuals. You can then dispose of it, but if you keep it on Google Keep, it should stay there for a decent amount of time until, well, I don't know, they get rid of it or something. So these are the plugs, and they're small. They're surprisingly small. I was expecting these to be fairly chunky things from the picture on the website, but they're really quite small. There's a button on the front there, and then a Wi-Fi type grid, which must be LEDs that glow as you set them up, and then there's a little button there which might be reset, or it might be a blinking LED, who knows. It says AUKEY on the bottom, nothing on the side, and then, well, cover that up because that means you could hack it. The QR code on the bottom of the plug to be able to set it up. The other one is the same. They're tremendously handy. I'm going to take this and I'm going to plug it into my router, or plug my router into it, so that I can say for it to reset my router 4 times whenever things appear to be going a bit poorly with the internet connection. I figured that was a fairly decent use of something so nice and small, and this will fit quite nicely into a 4-gang. One thing that I will point out is that the box part of this comes down the bottom. So if you're putting this into a gang 4, it hangs over this end of the gang 4. Whereas one of the other sets of plugs that I have, the bulbous part is at the top, so if you put it into a gang 4, it covers up a socket that may be opposite this. So this is configured the right way round for using in extension cords and cables and gang 4s and all that kind of stuff. So nice one. So in order to set them up, I'm actually surprised that we have to download the AUKEY Home app from their website. I'm going to go and check and see whether or not this is on the Play Store. Okay, so it links through the Play Store, thank goodness. So I was thinking that was actually a download button for having to install it offline. So it's the AUKEY Home app. It's got a rating of 3.6 out of 5. After 5k of downloads, it's got 29 reviews, and people are saying the ability to set up group timers would be great. Suddenly simple, clean, works, clunky, confusing, doesn't work, worst update ever. Ooh, okay, right, well, we'll see for ourselves when we get this downloaded. Okay, so the AUKEY Home has come up, and we have to register and we have to set up a new account. And I don't mind all these different apps for different plugs and things like that, especially if these are only $16.99. They generally connect to Google Home, so you can set it and forget it. But most of them do have decent functionality. It took me a while there to work this out, but it says register by email, then it says United Kingdom plus 44, and I've been typing my mobile number into that, thinking, not quite on the mark. It's been a long, tiring day. That was a tough one. Okay, so that's us logged in, and it's asking us to create a family. So it's picked up. Maybe they're not mine, but what we generally have: living room, master room, second bedroom. I'm using the living room, not using it in the bedrooms, with the dining room. And study is man cave or office, as some people like to put. I'll actually put it in as an office. So we're able to add an office, and we hit done. And we have to set the family name, enter the name, and then it's checking GPS to see exactly where we are. It's taken a while, but it's happening. Okay, so we have now created a family. We've created a home, and we have to add a device. So we're going to do that now. So that's in. We're going to hit add device. And it's asking what kind of device it happens to be out of their smart home products, and we have sockets, switches, power strips, curtain switch. It's a curtain switch. Scenario light, MCB, air conditioning. Well, it's just a socket on Wi-Fi, so I'm hoping it's this one. And so we have to add device. If indicator is blinking fast. Well, we have a red LED on it, which you can now just about see. There, after much rejiggery, we've got it in there. So we have a red LED. If an indicator is blinking fast, skip reset. Okay, so according to the setup instructions, which are different to what's in the app, we actually have to wait for the indicator to flash blue, whereas the app was showing us a yellow indicator. So at the bottom we're getting a bit of an update, which is kind of nice. A lot of companies don't do this. Device found, registering device, and something else, and we now get to name it. And I'm going to call this. Doesn't really what we have a name there, which is just AUKEY SHPA2. I'm not going to worry about that because I'm going to be moving it down into the living room soon to hook it up to the router. So we hit continue, and there we have it connected. We have a nice indication of a UK plug, and we have to test it. Okay, so I have now located another device. That means you can't see the plug. It's still behind there, here, with AUKEY written on it. But if I do this, it turns off, and the battery charger turns off. If I press this, the battery charger turns back on again. Isn't that phenomenal? Hardly groundbreaking, but we have a timer. And we can add schedules to it, and we can set our schedule, and we can have it repeat, and we can have the power turn on and the power turn off. We can set what time it is and do that every day. I don't see it allowing you to turn it off again, but even still. So we have a countdown as well, where we can set it to turn off after a certain amount of time, which is excellent. How useful. Right, so we can also use the Amazon Assistant, we can use the Google Assistant, we can use Rocket and Tamal Genie, and Xiaomi, and DuerOS. I do apologise for butchering some of those words there, but they're there. So we can change the device name, we can set up the device location, we can check the device network. It's detecting the network and I can see that it is on Wi-Fi, which is excellent. We can share the device. How do we do that? Account number, so we can share it to another account, obviously. We can create a group, which is something that I do want to do whenever I get it down into the house. Device information contains various bits and pieces. There's feedback, and then we can check for hardware or firmware updates, of which there isn't any at the moment. And we can remove the device and do a factory reset, which is always crucial and useful. Adding it to Google Assistant from here. How to add it to Google Assistant? We have to go into the Home app and find the AUKEY Home app setup, and then we add things to it in the standard way. So, to be entirely honest, I'm really quite impressed by the size and build of these because they're really small. Some of the other ones I have are particularly large. These have a very small footprint by comparison. I mean, that is virtually nothing. It's fairly light, so I would imagine that this will carry on getting smaller and smaller as time goes on. But for the most of it, this is a pretty lean and cheap alternative to the smart home plug socket solution. And I look forward to going and setting these up because I have lots of them around the house. I actually only need one, but I got two, but I'm sure I'll identify something sooner or later. The build quality, actually, I should maybe talk about that because it does seem to be relatively good. It is all plastic. The button has a decent click to it. It doesn't feel like it's going to break too soon. These feel very pluggy, and the plugs itself are metal, as you would usually expect. And other than that, it is just a decent enough quality device. So let me know if you have any questions. Hit that subscribe button and give us a wee thumbs up if you fancy. Remember to tune in on a Wednesday morning at midnight for Inspector Gadget on TalkSport, where I run down some of the crazy gadgets that are available around the world. And check out techaddicts.uk for more information on podcasts and bits and pieces going forward. And other than that, take care.